Hello everyone out there. This is Andrew Wax, Wood and Leather Doctor, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. This is my first video. It's done on an iPhone 7, rather poor lighting and rather poor sound, so I apologize for all the production values, or rather the lack thereof. What I'm hoping to do today is show you how I repair a snag and tear in a leather jacket. So a customer brought this to me today. The backing behind the leather is still intact, but the leather, as you can see, is completely torn away here. So I'm just going to take you step by step on how I take care of this problem, and I hope you enjoy it. Feel free to scrub forward, fast forward. As I said, pardon me, the production values, including my own voice, because I'm just getting over a cold, are rather poor. So again, quality of the work, very good. Quality of the recording, very, very poor. So here we go. So the first thing we're going to do, and when I say we, I mean I, because it is just me, is I took a piece of cloth and I'm going to put this into the hole, and this is going to create a sub patch so that when I glue the flap back down, it's going to have something to hold on to. So, and what I want to do is make sure that it's in the right location before the glue comes on, and that it's not folded over in any way. It should be nice and flat. Now again, it's a rather thin sub patch, and it really shouldn't make much difference, but what the heck, let's do it right. So all right, so there's that, and as you saw, it was cut into a round shape. I found that when you leave corners, if I just cut out a square, the corners tend to show a lot more than a rounded edge will. So, so let's see. So we got the patch in there. That looks okay. All right. So next, I need my fabric glue. And I thought that I had grabbed everything, and I hadn't. Here it is. Cool. So here it is. The brand that I use lately is Loctite vinyl, fabric, and plastic adhesive. It's a flexible adhesive, which obviously we want because it's a piece of clothing. So you do not need a lot of this. So make sure the spatula is clean. All right. So now, just put a little bit on here, and a little bit truly does go a long way. And I'd like to try and get some around the edges too. So I want this whole thing to be glued down, not only on the flap, but around the edges of the hole as well. So put a little bit in here. And this adhesive works really well. So as soon as the fabric, the leather starts to touch down onto the fabric that I put, it's going to be hard to work with. So I'm going to try and get it on the first try. And that looks pretty soaked already, so that's good. All right. So, excuse me. So now I'm going to just hold this down for a bit. And what I have here, this is a grading paper, which I'm going to use later on when I use my heat cure compound to fill in any little holes around the leather. And this kind of replaces the texture. But the nice thing about it is that it also is chemically treated, that it kind of resists things like like the Loctite. So, pardon me again. All right, so I'm just going to hold this down for a little bit. And like I said, this is my first attempt, so you will not hurt my feelings at all if you decide to fast forward a bit and say, okay, we've seen enough of this, what's next, genius? So I get it, it's okay. And it takes a little while to cure, but it'll be tacky and glued down enough that I can work with it. And when I'm done the entire thing, it should be fine. Good. So it's a good start. So if I'm just gentle with it while it's curing, should not be a tremendously big deal. All right. So far so good. All right. So it's already bonded pretty nicely. It's only been what, a minute, if that. So good stuff. All right. So next, I'm going to try and just cut off some of the threads that came along for the ride here. These are probably from the backing. Let's try and cut off a couple of these guys without then causing major stuff to go on. There we go. Okay, so most of those threads are gone. That's good. All right, so this is in place. Next, I'm going to take some vinyl and leather cleaner onto my rag, or as we say in the industry, my schmata, and just to clean around the area, because anything that we add to it, like replacing color or compound or anything else, we need to get all the waxes and polishes and stuff off of the surrounding leather, so it actually has something to stick to. So anyway, so far so good. And I'll give it a little bit more of a spritz here. Okay. So I mean, already it's looking great. Just got lucky that the flap that's to be repaired, there's really not much leather missing at all. So I mean, that works out really nicely. So, all right. So now I'm just going to dry that a little bit. And this is kind of an unusual device that I got from Mohawk Finishing Products. I've only been using it for a little while when I just got it, but it's pretty nifty. So this is a heating iron that I'm going to use to compound when I put the compound on and the graining paper and melt it in. But then it also has this circular tube on there, which goes past the heating element out there, and it acts like a heat gun. So with a little breath activation, acts like a heat gun, which I have my heat gun at the ready just in case, but this is just such a little repair that did not think it would be necessary. Cool. So we got that. So I'll set that down. Try not to burn down the joint. Okay. So again, looks pretty good, except that there's some color that's got to be replaced, and there's a little bit of a void here where the two pieces meet. Not a lot. I hope you can see it, but not a lot. So what I'm going to do first is very gently with some 400 sandpaper, adhesive sandpaper, abrasive sandpaper. Adhesive would not do the job because there's no such thing. So I'm gonna just load this up a little bit with some cleaner. It's gonna act like a little bit of lubricant so it doesn't get stuck, and I just very gently just try to smooth out the area and get rid of any other junk that's there in between the two pieces of leather. And here's some more. And some of this is some of the Loctite that's squeezed out. So I'm going to clean that up. And let's see, tweezers. And again, some of this looks like overkill, and maybe it is, but you know, there's no reason not to do, you know, absolutely the best job possible. And even if it takes a little longer or it seems kind of silly, yeah, you do it anyway. Why? Because, well, I like doing this, and the customer deserves the most attention that I or anyone can give his beautiful leather jacket. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that's cool. And one of the threads came out there, so let me just take care of that. Again, is anyone ever going to see this? Probably not. But, like I said, you know, this is the kind of job where, you know, attention to detail, it really does kind of pay off. So if it takes an extra 10 or 15 minutes, so what? Okay. If anyone else is also interested in watching two really funny guys do furniture repair, I'm from the Philadelphia area, and there were these two guys, Ed Feldman and Joe Lorario, called Furniture to Go. It was originally called Furniture on the Mend, and just two really funny guys, and all they did was upholstery and wood repair. Just really funny guys. And they're all on YouTube. So if you like this kind of stuff, but you prefer some funny commentary, those guys were awesome. And they're still around. They've just put out a couple more videos. Short, the production values were much different. They used to be on public access cable TV, Channel 12, WHYY here in the Philadelphia area. And you know, those production values were fine. It was inexpensive, but it was, you know, it was fine. Now they're doing just kind of homemade stuff like this, but it's nice to see them again anyway, because they were really funny guys and are really funny guys. So, all right, so it's that. Let me just look at the camera, make sure. Yep, it's still there, so that's cool. All right. So now we are going to do some compound. So this is heat cure compound. Hope you can see that. And what this stuff is basically it's a paste, but when you hit it with heat, it turns into vinyl. So it's a nice flexible repair, and you can color it afterwards, which we will. And it flexes, which it should, and it fills in all the voids and makes the repair stronger as well, because we've glued it from underneath, and this in essence is kind of gluing it on top. So, and with this one as well, using as little as possible is the best choice. So, most guys use, you know, rubber gloves when they're doing this sort of stuff. I find that I just don't have the tactile feedback that I need, so I don't use it. So, all right. There we go. So it's on there. Now, the way to cure it, and you can do several coats, which would be fine. And I've got my graining paper. That's good. So now, I've got my hot iron again, and put the graining paper over like this here, and I'm going to go about 30 seconds. So feel free to scrub 30 seconds if your video player will allow. Curly from the Three Stooges would have been very funny right about now. God, I love those guys. All of them. Except for Curly Joe DeRita. He was the Curly replacement after Joe Besser that did all the movies. And the movies at that point were terrible. And he was not funny. I'm sure he tried, but not funny. But then by that point, the Stooges really weren't funny either. But boy, all their shorts were just amazing. So, all right, so we got that. Now, let's see. I've already killed many, many nerve endings in my hands from doing this, so might as well continue. All right, so now if it still sticks to the leather a lot, it means you're not done. And it's nice. Okay, so let's see. So, better. Might just do another coat, but actually, let's hit it with a little bit of a hot air here. Okay, so it's looking pretty good actually. It's got some of the texture back, and most of the voids are filled, and it's a much stronger repair now that this paste is on there. I'm going to put in another very, very, very small layer, just for safety's sake. And let's see. And we'll go a little bit further out. There we go. That looks nice. All right, let's start again. So, and if you drop the graining paper, you should probably pick it up. That's better. All right. So, let's see, here we go. So graining paper's on. I know roughly where I need to be. Okay, so here we go. 30 seconds or so. Please talk amongst yourselves. And yeah, so this stuff just works really, really well in making a strong, durable, flexible repair. I use it on leather jackets, on sofas, on chairs, pretty much anything that needs to be mended like this. And this technique is kind of common. This is what I do for for a lot of the furniture repairs that I normally do at Wood and Leather Doctor. Most of what I do is furniture repairs. So broken wooden chairs, drawers, doors, color replacement on leather, tears and scuffs and things on leather as well. A lot of dog chew and dog bite stuff on table legs and chair legs. So pretty much anything cosmetic I can take care of. Anything structural, I can take care of most of those things, especially things like chairs and table legs, table bases. Please feel free to go to my website, which is woodandleatherdoctor.com. So it's all spelled out, everything. Or fixthefurniture.com, which is the other domain name that I bought that I thought would be a little bit easier and came trippingly off the tongue a little bit more. I hope that's true. So please check that out, and should you be in need for anything, feel free to give me a call, or you can email me at service@fixthefurniture.com or sales@woodandleatherdoctor.com. It's a lot of keystrokes, I know. And send pictures of what's broken or what's colored or what's lost its color or what's been damaged. Once I get the pictures, I'll be happy to give you a call and tell you what I think. All at no charge, of course. So, okay, I think I've been gabbing for at least a minute. So that's good. So I'm going to put this down for a sec. Let's see. Yep, that's very hot, and this hurts very much. But like I said, most of those nerve endings are dead already, so no big deal. All right, let's take a peek. All right, looking good. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so hope you can see this, but you can see a little bit of the white still of the paste, but it's cured. And go through and make sure nothing's stuck. Nope, that feels good. Yep, there it is, and you can see nice and flexible, and no more voids. And yeah, this has turned out very, very nicely. I'm really pleased about this. So okay, and it's nice and smooth too, so I don't have to do any more sanding. I bet you never knew that you could sand leather, but yeah, you kind of have to when you're doing repairs. But yeah, this is nice and flexible. Look at that. See? You could not do that with an epoxy paste or a super glue or anything. If you tried a super glue repair to this, you'd get the flap to stay down, but it would get very stiff. And I mean, for something this small, you'd probably never notice it, but we have the right stuff. We should use the right stuff. So, yeah, so let's see if I can just show that again. I know the lighting is, yeah, there you go. Okay, so next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of color. And this one is really not rocket science at all, because normally I have an airbrush, and for a large area I would have to airbrush, the area, or use an aerosol like this satin leather lacquer, which I'm going to use later to give it a clear coat afterwards, which is why I had to clean that whole area. But again, for something this little, there's no need to bust out the airbrush. We can do it with just a foam applicator. So it's nice to get an easy one every now and then. So here's my pigment. And fortunately, again, a little goes a long way. So dab a little bit. And the other nice thing too is, thank goodness for black. Black is just the nicest color to work on for leather repair, because black is pretty much black. And white, however, is not white. There are zillions and zillions of whites. None of them match. It takes forever. Same thing goes with tan or beige. Difficult, not impossible, and we do it every day. But it's just awfully nice to every now and then catch a break when someone says, "I have this black piece of furniture." I'm like, say no more. I can fix it, and it'll make it look great. So, okay, we put some black on. Now let's see here. Yep, that's hot. Okay, so I'll show up for a second and just put some hot air over the new color. Let's let it dry a little bit. We'll go from there. You can see how it starts to lose its gloss and fade into the background. There's basically a little color there I took care of. All right, let's see here. Look at it from a couple different angles. Yeah, this is looking really nice. All right, so yeah, there it is. Looks great. So now I was going to hit the whole section with some black aerosol. However, it just looks too darn good, and I don't want to goof it up, and I don't want to tickle it too much, or it will indeed laugh. So now, what am I going to do? Well, I have some satin leather vinyl finish from Mohawk Finishing Products, and lucky me, the cap's missing. So let me remedy that right away here. Let's see. All right, okay, let's give it a quick spritz. Let's do that one panel. Make it all blend. There it is. Oh boy, looks great. I think the customer is going to be very pleased. I know I am. I hope you've been pleased in watching this video. If you care to send a lovely comment, please keep them clean. Share them. Anybody else that finds leather repair as interesting as I do. But there it is. And let me just do this again. Let's see if I can show you better. So yeah, so there's a repair. And no one's ever going to see it. It's going to last forever. It'll outlast the jacket. And again, thank you guys very much for watching. and have a great day.